Here we go, talent. Damage scales off of defense. So I love, for anyone that played a game like Raid or something, I love defense-based damage dealers. I love anything where it's not attack. Like, I want to pump a stat that isn't just only a damage stat. So when you have an HP-based damage dealer or a defense-based damage dealer, you are getting tankiness, you are getting survivability at the same time while you're getting damage.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So we are live on Twitch. What a cool event is live right now. You guys probably heard me tease it several days ago. I've been talking about it a lot on my streams. It has arrived. We have the special summoning event. Ooh la la. The ancient summoning portal is open. You can only ever use your ancient summoning crystals when this is open. So like every month or two. So we have 8 of them. We had 3, and then they gave us 5 for free. So anyone that has not claimed these yet, boy oh boy, do I suggest you do it. 200 diamonds and 5 free ancient summoning crystals. Who wouldn't want that? That is beyond fantastic. Yeah, are the chances not that high? Of course. Are they 5 free crystals? Yes. So free. What else do you need to know? Okay. Cool thing here is we're guaranteed at least a rare. No, I'm kidding. Cool thing here is we have increased rates on lords. So let's just read through it. Legendary heroes attainable from ancient summoning event include all the legendary lords and all legendary heroes from the Chaos Dominion. Chaos Dominion, we'll get into that in 1 second, is the brand new faction that launched in-game today, 31 minutes ago. We're live, baby. We right at day reset. There's no time to screw around here. The pity timer will be triggered if no legendary lord is summoned after 200 consecutive summons. So that is going to take you a long time unless they find us more ways to get these summons. However, the exact same type of timer, and this will roll over every time this portal reopens. So right now we have 8 summons. Maybe we'll get like 9 or 10 done this event. So we will be 9 or 10 into the potential 200 if we don't get a legendary lord. The drop rate will be increased by 8% in the next summon once you hit 200. So let's do some quick maths. Oh boy. So 8 times 12 is that 96? Am I right? Yes, that's 96. So basically, once you've done 212 summons, or 212 and a half summons. So by 213, it's guaranteed. You'll probably get her by 212. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water there. The drop rate increase will be stacked. For example, if a summon has 5% drop rate of a legendary lord hero and the player fails to summon, the next one will have 13%. Duh. Okay, so just there. But I appreciate that. They're trying to make it as clear as possible, and they're kind of covering their butts, so no one's like getting on Discord being like, blah, 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 blah. They're like, this is literally what it is. All right. Drop rates, 0.8%. You might be seeing less than 1%. You might be seeing a fraction of a percent and thinking that is terrible. However, it is worth mentioning, if you did a normal summons, you would be looking at, and I'm not joking, 0.08%. So we are up from 0.08% to 0.8%. And keep in mind, this is during the 2x. So in a non-2x, you'd be at 0.04%. So we are literally 20 times more likely to get a legendary lord. And I know people might complain about this, but legendary lords are insanely broken in this game. And if they were easy to get, then the game wouldn't be fun. Let's be honest. Most importantly to me, and I think a lot of you, 1% to get the other legendaries, not the most important, but cool, all from the new faction. So basically a 2x chance. This is what's most important. 6% chance to get an epic lord is crazy. 6% chance. You again might be thinking that's not that high. Let's go over here. I'll show you what the normal chance to get an epic lord is. 0.12%, right? So we are talking about you are 50 times more likely. Literally 50 times more likely. So that is my goal. I want to get a new epic lord. That would be really nice. And then finally, we have 5% to get any of these other selected epics. I will say these selected epics are pretty good. It does really, really bother me, if I'm being honest, and I want to poop on the game right now, that, like, I don't know where they got off, including Livian and Lightlock. I love both those heroes, but where do you get off including fusible epic heroes in an event like this? However, everyone else is super strong. I've never tried out Aveline. I would love to get her. So except for Soleil. Soleil is really bad, and Bruenor. So we have 2 terrible chances, but I guess you got to have a little risk. But Brienne, super good and usable late game with aerial units. Cyrene, a cost generator. Navras, pretty solid for a single target burst magic damage with a little bit of AoE sprinkled in. Iona is insane. Tariel's insane. And Aatrox, I have never tested, actually. I don't even know who Aatrox is, if I'm being honest. Then we have 3 rare lords, who cares? And we have a bunch of rares, who cares? Before we get into our summons, let's hop on in and just check out the lords quickly so you guys know how goated these guys are. And look at that, we've got the Chaos Dominion guys, super cool. I like the little new emblem. Actually, should we quickly just check them out? All right, so woe is me, my computer crashed. Let's head into the Chaos Dominion. They got, like I said, 9 new champions. I really do not like that they only have 2 epics. I think you're not making it accessible this way. Okay, so the reason I didn't know Aatrox, by the way, when we saw that rate up, is he is a new champion. I will separately break down all these champions later. I do want to shout out one of them who almost none of us will get, and that is going to be Gon. So he is the Lord of the faction. His Lord skill is super overpowered. Increases faction allies' basic attributes by 15%. Increase their damage on their lost HP up to 60% at 30 HP. That is crazy. Up to 60% increased damage, just base. And then they gain 20% attack and defense bonus when HP is below 30%. Super strong. However, not just the Lord bonus that I'm excited about. He has damage that scales on defense. So I don't know where it says that, but I know that's the thing. Here we go. Talent. Damage scales off of defense. So I love, for anyone that played a game like Raid or something, I love defense-based damage dealers. I love anything where it's not attack. Like, I want to pump a stat that isn't just only a damage stat. So when you have an HP-based damage dealer or a defense-based damage dealer, you are getting tankiness, you are getting survivability at the same time while you're getting damage. So I think this guy's going to be super strong. And it looks like he's an orc or something. And if I'm not mistaken, they've got a lot of orc-looking people in this. This is more of like a shaman, but I did see one more. Yeah, actually 2 more. These 2 guys. So this guy is like an orc warrior. Very cool design. He's got those skinny boy abs. And then we have Dirtsa over here. Looks really cool, actually. Does he have AoE? Deducts 40% of current HP. Okay, so he'd pair perfectly with the Lord in this faction. Starts a ritual that lasts 10 seconds to provide allies in range with attack speed increase plus 50 and deducts 20% of their current HP for 2 seconds. So he's going to be very good specifically for this faction. So not really a mage in terms of damage dealing, very much a mage in terms of, like support and you know, being a helper hero. Arena cost reduced. Reduces the hero's cost in the arena by 4. Okay, so a lot of these guys have cool passives. I don't want to break down every champion. That is going to be a video for another day, but these look pretty cool. This guy is like, I guess, legendary Nazim. I just want to throw that out there. So that's something. However, we're about to do our ancient pulls. Should be very exciting. But why are we doing our ancient pulls? It's to get lords. How about we just check out what every lord is about very quickly? We'll save a full breakdown for another day. So the Watcher faction, I know not everyone's favorite faction, but we do all have a lot of heroes from that. We got a lot of heroes for free from this. Increases faction base, so all of the legendaries will be this, plus 15% base stats, great. Periodically increases damage and healing multipliers by 30% for 20 seconds. More allies there are, the more frequently it takes effect. When any ally is healed, their damage will increase by 15% for 10 seconds. Leia is pretty cool. So then always with the epics, we will get the baby version. I think these are probably some of the more underwhelming Lord skills, if I'm being honest. So here it's 10%, you get the increase by 20%, blah, 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 right? That is Ein. I'm really just going to try to shout out the juiciest ones. And of course, I'm not going to break down the rare lords. That's something else we can think about. My nose is really itchy right now. All right, so King Harz, honestly, a very, very, very good champion. So we got the 15% increase, and just like a powered up version of a Solda. So anyone that got a Solda from the fusion, you're going to need a shield here equal to 30% of Faction allies max HP, and other allies get a 15% shield based off their max HP. 20 seconds, that is a very significant shield. The more allies there are, so similar to Leia, you are going to get an increase in frequency of this effect. Defense of shielded faction allies is also increased by 20. So you're going to get a lot of tankiness in your Northerner faction when you get this guy. Isolde, very, very similar. Obviously, just the baby version, 20%. And it looks like she doesn't shield non-faction allies. So you can see how overpowered having a legendary lord is versus having a non-legendary lord. But that's why they are hard to get. Nightmare Council, I think everyone knows Wrath, so we'll just break down Torador. And if you're thinking, why am I talking about Wrath? Because we get him for free on day 14. But let's go to Torador. The legendary version increases 15%. That's going to be a standard. And then he's got the same effect as Wrath here, where as long as you have at some point in the battle a simultaneous deployment of 1, 2, 3, or 4 or more faction allies, you will get these bonuses. So at 1 deployed unit, you get 5%, 10% at 2, 20% at 3, and 35% at 4 increases in attack speed. And that is a percentage increase, not a flat point increase. So this can be very significant depending on the champion. Up to 35%, so more than 4, you're locked in at that 35, but this is a very, very powerful skill. This is part of the reason Wrath is so amazing. He has the exact same skill. However, their received healing effects are reduced by 15%. For Wrath, that reduction is 30%, so 15% is obviously half the reduction, much better. And then here we go, faction allies basics attack have 30%, so nearly a 1 in 3 chance of landing an extra hit. I mean, especially with that extra attack speed, you're going to have lots of opportunities to spam that double hit. Very, very juicy. Torador, maybe not my favorite of the Legendary Lords, but I do love that Lord bonus. And for me, I would love to get him because I use the Nightmare faction more than any other one. So, Cursed Cult, why prolong it any longer? I think the best Lord in the entire game. If you have a Morrigan, congratulations. She could not change the game more. So 15% bonus, as we're used to, increases faction allies' damage dealt to enemies inflicted with any control effect, stun, freeze, immobilize, or anything else by 30%. Increases faction allies' AoE damage by 25%. Wrap your head around that for a second. Throw out Amari, get some freezes out, get some slows out, then throw her out with an Iona. Throw her out with a Nero for all I care. It doesn't matter. You're getting a 55% base increase bonus for any of your AoE damage dealers in Cultists. She is ridiculous. Ridiculous. She is nuts. Like, you will all of a sudden be able to clear things you can never clear. It is craziness. I don't want to talk about her too much because it's just going to make me upset. I will say, of course, epics are the baby version. So we get 20% increase from Aeon, which is very, very strong. I had Aeon on the first account I ever made when I tested the game out. 10% increase as a standard for the epics. However, you see she's not getting that crazy bonus 25% on faction allies that have AoE. So there you go again. This is why Legendary Lords are like broken good. Let's keep it moving. We have got the Infernal Blast faction. This is something I really care about for my account because my 2 best single target damage dealers probably, at least for burst damage, are Nocturne and Amani. So Pyros maybe is my most wanted champion today. So there's my little bit of a wish list. But let's start up here at Twin Fiend. And guys, I know I'm not breaking down the full kits. I think for now, let's just break down the bonuses so we know why these lords are so juicy. So 15% standard. When Lord Twin Fiend casts the Meteoric Strike, which I'm assuming is his ultimate, yes. So when he casts his ultimate, all faction allies get penetration increase, crit rate increase, and crit damage increase. 30% defense and magic resistance ignored. That's insane. Just ignoring 30% defense for any faction allies, essentially, whenever his ultimate's up. 20% crit rate. Okay, you can build with a lot less crit rate now. Builds just got a lot easier. 30% crit damage. Wacky, wacky, wacky. But I did shout out Pyros as well, so let's see what the epic version is. It's only the penetration increase, but it is the same 30%, so that's insanely powerful. And then you get your 10% bonus. I love Pyros. And hopefully I'll break him down later on in this video, in the stream, when I pull him. because I want to get him because he's so good. All right, we're almost done here. Star Piercers, something I'm amazingly familiar with. If you missed it yesterday, from one divine summoning shard, we got the beautiful Lunaria, but let's start with the crazy version. Based on just totally anecdotal stuff from what I've seen, I think Aracha is the rarest champion in the game. I feel like almost no one gets her. She's crazy. Piercers might have the most broken lord bonuses, probably after Morrigan and the Cultist faction. So 15% standard. Increases allies' attack ranges. Any faction ally increases their attack range. So, like for example, let's say you had a 3-tile depth of attack range. All of a sudden, it will be 4 tiles deep. I have the same thing I get from Lunaria. Instantly, she changed so much stuff. This is so overpowered for your marksmen or your piercers. This is wild. Wild. For every 1 tile away from the damage from the target, damage increases by 5% up to 50%. So you increase the range, like on my Nyx or something, who already had a large range, you're talking like 6 tiles. So that's like 30% damage increase. For other people like Tauriel or Mal, when they get the really extended ranges, you're going to get a full 50% damage increase. Very, very broken. Lunaria has the baby version, just the bonus and just the attack range increase, but you kind of can't sleep on that attack range increase. I'm telling you, it's super broken. Now let's do the Esoteria order. We're almost there, and we already did Chaos Dominion, so we can just really stick with it. Venoma, very cool design. She's not the greatest damage deal in the world. However, she's got a fantastic Lord bonus. So the standard 50% reduces all faction allies' skill costs by 25%. Like that, wrap your head around how significant that is, right? An 800 cost champion for their ultimate, it now becomes 600 costs. That is so significant. And then increases allies, and this is not faction allies. I've tested it on a viewer's account. It is all allies. When they are deployed, their range is already up 30%. So let's use a good example. Let's go to Cursed Cult. I think a lot of people have Iona. I, of course, do not. But Iona, if we go to her ultimate, has a starting cost of 400, right? If you skill her up, her skill only costs 700. And why you say, why am I showing a cultist hero? Well, I told you, it's not faction allies. It's all allies on their initial deployment have a reduced cost by 30%. So we go from a 400 starting cost, and then when you skill her up, it's 700. She has a 30%. 30%. So that's 700. So if it's 700, 210 already she's starting with. Plus 400. She only needs 90 costs. So basically, it's almost instantaneously with most champions. You can just trigger their ultimate. All right, I've hyped it up enough. Let's get into this. We don't have many summons, but I'm a hopeful man. We're on our account. We're on the Fastidious YT account. We have so many of these ancient summons. I'm just kidding. We have 8. We have 8 of these summons. However, I believe we're going to get something. If I get all rares, I will be very sad. I want, at the very least, I want to see something turn purple or God forbid, orange. On top of that, just to keep it juicy for my friends out there, I did get a Divine Summons from the Guild Boss. So don't sleep on Guild Boss. We can get some really nice stuff there. But how long can I prolong this? No longer. Let's get right into it. 8 summons. Wish me luck, folks. There's no animation. Just boom, here's your Aaron. That was very upsetting. At least we did get Aaron, who's part of the Lightlock fusion. I do want to max out my Lightlock by fusing him and awakening him. So that's something. But I really don't like that there's no animation. It just loads this crown up and then poof. Okay. Dupe Ain, we'll take it, dude. At least we can say we got an epic lord. They really need to work on these animations, though. It's like, for how much they hype this event, this is very, 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 very underwhelming. So I'd say Ain, he's a free login bonus on day 7. He's probably the worst of all the epic lords. A bit disappointing, but, you know, we use him. So I don't know what he is at Awaken 1, actually. Inflicts vulnerability. Actually, an amazing Awaken 1. He inflicts piercing damage vulnerability, 10%. Takes effect only when stronger than the current, but yeah, I mean, I don't have that buff from anyone else. So, okay, 15% piercing damage vulnerability. One thing that's frustrating about this is that a lot of the units that you want to put piercing damage out to are going to be aerial units, but he, to my knowledge, he can't hit aerial units. He's not like some overpowered unit like, like Arrogance or something, where he can also do this ranged aerial damage. So I guess you're just going to have to, when you have light armor, so people susceptible to piercing damage. When you have those enemies and their ground units, Ain is going to be a great debuffer. All right, we still have 6 more chances. I honestly, I'm not lying. I'm happy. We got at least 1 epic. That's literally what I wanted. Because if I got 8 rares, I'd be very sad. There's Nash. Very cool looking champion. A bit boring, just a rare fighter. Let's keep going. We have 5 more chances, so we're officially on to the free ones they gave us today. So everything else is free now, right? Voltus. I think we're all quite familiar with that champion. The first champion we get in the entire game. That's disappointing. Nero, so at least it's a lord, but of course we have him. He's just a rare lord. Cultist faction over there. Marine. This is very, I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. I'm getting weirded out by like just, it shows up. Like there's no burst. There's no, is it going to be blue? Is it going to be purple? It just like, the crown loads up and that's it. All right, we have 2 more chances and then we'll move on to the divine. Hopefully we get something great. Another Nero. Come on, baby. Come on. And at least it's a lord, but it's just Borit. We all get Borit for free at the beginning. A rare lord. He's got the flabs. So weird without the animation. Okay, maybe we'll pick up 1 or 2 more over the course of the weekend. Who knows? But for now, that's all we've got. Let's do our 1 divine summoning. I don't want to wait around on it. We do have the 2x live. We got Lunaria yesterday, so maybe we'll stay hot. Looks like this is going to be an epic. Someone good, please. Baby, I'll take a dupe Vortex every day of the week. Why not? What's Vortex's A1? And don't say, no, wait, you need to save him for the Abomination Fusion. I already have a second Vortex I'm saving for the Abomination Fusion. This is going to be an instant awaken. When on the field, grants a random ally with a shield equal to 20% of their HP for every 25 seconds. This could be really good, annoying RNG for just getting those first clears, and then you won't need it once you have Power of Dominance. This could be really, really cool. I'm okay with that. I'm very, very okay with that. All right, pretty good. We got dupe Vortex, dupe Ein, 2 champions we use, so honestly, nothing to complain about.
Fastidious.
Ooh, baby, would you look at that? It is time to max out the skills on our beautiful man, Lightlock. I really think we're about to get full auto, 100%, gear rate 18, and I think that extra 2%, that extra 14% when it stacks to 7, that's going to do it. That is going to do it.